been telling you about the poor air quality here in the Bay Area because of the campfire up north. And up next, we are going to talk live with an expert about what you can do to stay healthy. Well, this is now the 6th day of unhealthy air conditions here in the Bay Area. This is a live look from our Emeryville camera, and you don't see much of anything there. Normally in that shot, you'd see the Bay Bridge. You would see downtown San Francisco. You have not been able to even see across the bay for quite some time.
Boy, that shot is really telling when you take a look at it. Let's see the conditions right now this afternoon in the East Bay. From this camera point, a little bit better. This is looking out now, Highway 4 there. But boy, both of those pictures really tell the story of just how bad it is out there. So the question that I've been hearing from a lot of people is there a reason to worry? We brought in Paige Brown-Kelly. She's a respiratory therapist at Marin General Hospital. A lot of people look outside. They can see it. You can feel it. Is there, in fact, a reason to be concerned about our health?
There is. I mean, we need to take this very seriously, and I think over the days we've learned so much thanks to you and your reporting, but we're learning how important it is to watch the air quality index. And when you see it, this is something the EPA puts out daily. So when you see levels that reach 100, you know you need to be concerned. But the levels here in the Bay Area have been much higher. They've been 150 to 170. And just to put it in perspective, 150 is like you and I having 7 to 10 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
So when people think that they can exercise outside, it is not safe.
Not a good idea.
This kind of prolonged exposure. First of all, what are the health effects, the potential health effects for people, and what are the warning signs that people should be looking out for?
Well, the symptoms start from something as simple as just a headache, and this can be from dehydration, so drink plenty of water. But the burning eyes, the itchy, airways, but when you start to feel short of breath, and this isn't just people who have pre-existing conditions, this is just, like you said, for the number of days we've been exposed to this, it's going to have a cumulative effect. So I've worked with many asthmatics, and they always tell me this is life-saving. When you do feel short of breath, slow your breathing down, because people tend to get anxious and breathe rapidly and shallowly. But people who do have these pre-existing conditions need to make sure they know where their medication is. So for, let's say, you or I, if we started to have these side effects, we need to monitor them closely, stay inside, be in touch with your physician, know where your closest emergency room is. You don't want to wait too long, but trust me, the breathing slowly can help relax. And
I was in Southern California right when the Woolsey fire broke out, and I mean immediately you could tell in it. My throat was hurting, my eyes were burning, but once we got out of the area, it was much better. My question though is, now we're having this here in the Bay Area, enduring these poor conditions day after day after day. Are we looking at potential long-term effects for this type of exposure?
That's such a good question, because the ash, is going to spread with winds into areas that weren't even affected. And for people cleaning sites up, people need to understand that in this ash, because so much is burned, cars, rubber, chemicals, make sure again, and I have a protective mask here, and we've been, telling people, please wear a mask that's labeled N95. After everything is settled, when you're cleaning up areas, make sure you have gloves on. When you go into the house, put on clean clothes. Make sure, because the ash is going to spread.
With these masks, again, you want to get one that's labeled N95 that filters out 95% of the particulates, right? But what is the advice you have in terms of how to wear the mask properly so that it actually does you some good?
Yeah, exactly. Really important, and the fit is important. So what you want to find is a mask. I have a sample. There's many out there, but again, make sure it's N95. But you want to make sure that it's a good fit.
Right.
So you're going to look for one that has 2 straps. One that's going to go over the top of your head, and the other, in the back, right below your neck. And then you want the clip. And what you do is wash your hands before you put it on.
Oh, that's good.
And if I put this on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press lightly on this bridge piece, and then to test it, I'm going to cup my hands and blow out, and I shouldn't feel any flow of air.
Okay.
Or I need to just put it back on and recondition. and reset it. But the other thing too is when you're taking it off, make sure that you tilt your head and take it off away from your face, because
I mean, I've seen people in the city with the masks on, but I can look, and it doesn't look like it's it's on properly. I don't really know how much good it's doing them. So that's really good to know that it needs to be fitted properly and to be snug.
And to be snug, it should fit under your chin, and just unfortunately for those that have facial hair.
Yeah, it's tough if you got a big beard.
It's not going to keep a good seal.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes,
thanks. Paige Brown Kelly and Marin General. Appreciate it. We want to bring in now our meteorologist, Mark Tamayo, because, Mark, we are looking at potentially several more days of this.
Yeah, and can I actually ask one more question? Last Friday, Saturday, it was really disturbing to me, just being outside, just want to stay inside. The numbers were up there. I'd say yesterday it wasn't so bad, at least based exactly on where I was. It was not so bad. I didn't smell anything. I didn't see too much haze. I could see some blue skies. Is it still unsafe to be out there if you don't smell anything? Is it deceiving?
Again, because it's so easy to find the air quality index, because they're giving it everywhere. It's, again, what I said, if it's over 100, you should be concerned. Because I think the levels, they predict till Friday or something.
The levels are still the levels, no matter if you don't smell it, or if you don't taste it, or if you don't feel those immediate effects. Okay.
No,
well, thank you.
Thank
you. What's very interesting, too, is those levels from neighborhood to neighborhood change.
They do.
Change so much.
And from city to city.
Exactly,